Good evening. On behalf of our entire staff here at WHS, I extend a very warm welcome to seniors, to their families, to teachers, and to friends, to our annual baccalaureate ceremony for the class of 2017. I do believe we are in for another wonderful evening of reflection, song, dance, music, and testimonials. This event, Baccalaureate, is always one of the most meaningful gatherings of graduation week. Before I make a few remarks, I would just like to cover a few logistical items about tomorrow. Mr. Lefebvre was in charge of the weather, and he tells me that it's looking pretty good for tomorrow. So that means that graduation will begin promptly at 5 p.m. out on our turf field. Gates will open at 4. There will again be no opportunity before 4 p.m. to reserve any seating in the bleachers. Seniors, as I said this morning, you could report to the lobby by 4 o'clock. That would be great, so we can prepare accordingly. Project graduation, an incredible evening, a safe, chemical-free event put on by the community members. It's being held at Teamworks, and all seniors are encouraged and invited to attend. You can enter between 10 and 10:45 p.m. Admission is free, and parents, you really don't want your child to miss this incredible evening. It goes until 5 a.m. on Sunday morning. I'd like to extend a thank you to members of school committee who are here tonight, to our superintendent, Amber Bach, to assistant principals, Mr. Lefebvre and Mrs. Barrett, and our athletic director, Mr. Carlo, for their support and organization and coordination throughout this entire week in preparation for tonight as well as tomorrow. And especially Mr. Martin, our Director of Fine Arts, for coordinating this special event with his staff on behalf of our entire school community, and especially the seniors. The concept of baccalaureate, like graduation, is rooted in medieval Europe. It was originally a religious ceremony that took place the day before graduation, much like what we will experience soon. But a brief review of tonight's program will make it very clear that our baccalaureate is distinctly different. Our baccalaureate has become a very cherished event because it is a time to pause, to look back on all that has been accomplished, individually and collectively, throughout the seniors' years in Westboro schools, and to take the opportunity before commencement ceremony tomorrow afternoon to reflect, to offer thanksgiving, and to enjoy a very bittersweet celebration. Thus, before our seniors can move on to bigger and brighter lives beyond these walls, they must stop to think for a moment how they got to this point. You know, intuitively, we know that we learn by experience. But we also know that without the process of actively thinking about those experiences and questioning ourselves about what they mean, learning can not take hold. There are unmistakable signs of excitement and a sense of accomplishment, and anticipation is in the air. We all feel it. We've all experienced it the last couple of weeks, probably since your last day of school on May 19th. But not too far beneath all of these feelings lie other feelings that are often quietly repressed. These feelings are equally important and quite strong, and perhaps in many respects are far more real and lasting. There is an uneasiness, really, that an important chapter of life is inevitably ending, that those feelings can't be held back. Seniors, you should know that restlessness and nervousness also touches all of us, your parents, your teachers, your family members, and friends. Although we are very excited for you, we are remembering also all the ways that you have impacted each of us and this school community. We want you to know you will never be forgotten and you are always welcome back. And so before we proceed to embrace new beginnings, on this night, let's pause. I trust that tonight you'll find it to be satisfying and memorable for everyone. So enjoy. Good evening.
Please join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches a todos. My name is Connor Schoen, and I proudly serve as president of the wonderful class of 2017. It is with a chaotic mixture of excitement, confusion, and sadness that I stand up here tonight introducing our baccalaureate. To be completely honest, I had no clue how to spell, let alone explain the word baccalaureate until like a week ago. And I'm still not really confident about spelling it. But anyways, to me, it's always just been that night before graduation where seniors put on really cool musical performances, give insightful speeches, and honor all the faculty that are retiring. I thought it was simply part 103 of what I assumed was the big old party of senior year. While this night is, objectively speaking, many of those things, and while senior year has had its really fun and special moments, I've come to realize the deeper emotional complexity of this evening. As Mr. Callahan started to also mention, a baccalaureate service is a sort of farewell ceremony for a graduating class. Derived from the Latin for buried branch, this event was historically a time of honoring Renaissance doctors who'd passed their final examinations. However, in a more practical and modern sense, this ceremony has evolved into a somber yet joyous evening of reflection that centers around our own personal growth and struggle. While graduation is inherently forward-looking, baccalaureate asks us to look back. It's not about trying to comprehend the purpose of our lives or what we want to do next year. Rather, baccalaureate challenges us to, with honesty and vulnerability, start to come to terms with this crazy journey we've taken together in Westboro. Ultimately, the purpose of this night is not to scream and cheer with unabated enthusiasm. This is far from a Kendrick Lamar concert, but instead to be humble, still not a Kendrick Lamar concert, and cry a little as we nostalgically reflect upon what's gotten us here. Now, you might have hated high school, cherishing every opportunity to miss school like it was your job, and putting a spoon in the freezer even when it was 85 and sunny, #snow day. You might have gotten consumed in all the drama of this place, battling over a girl with your best friend, but then becoming cutest couple that never was with that same guy, #plot You might have been straight up, oh, this line's a little more serious, so one second. So, you might have been straight up bullied, ignored, or forgotten. Look, I'm not trying to say this place is anywhere close to perfect. I know how hard high school can be and how many challenges we can face. But when thinking back to high school with mixed emotions, I'm reminded of something that Bill Richards always has said to me at Project 351 events. Despite the tragic killing of his son Martin during the Boston Marathon bombings, Bill encourages us to choose kindness. He implores that we stare into the face of countless hours of failed chem studying, years of prom preoccupation, and many long nights of screaming at Power School or the Common App, and that we still choose to look at all these things in a positive and meaningful way. That we at least focus on the good in our lives and our time here. He asks us to think back to going buggy shenanigans, to recess kickball and triple chocolate cookies at Mill Pond, to the retrospective comedy of our Gibbons years, to charging across Charles Street on the first day of school, and to crushing everyone on competition day. So I hope that we can choose kindness in how we remember these things, good and bad, looking warmly upon our westward journey. Thank you, and with that in mind, enjoy the rest of the program.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you at the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you at the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you at the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you at the time of your life.
Hi everyone. I want to give a speech tonight because, like many of you guys, I'm very much starting to get caught up in the feelings at the end of the year, and this is a chance to thank you all. So a couple months ago, I volunteered at the Hastings Winter Festival, as it's been almost a decade since I last visited this school. And so I get to the door at night, and I give the pull, but it doesn't budge. And I give another pull, but it doesn't budge. And I keep pulling and pulling this door, but it stays jammed shut. Now I'm making quite a racket at this point, and the lady at the front desk and I make eye contact for an uncomfortably long amount of time. She doesn't get up from her chair. So at this point, I'm thinking there's only one other option. There's an intercom system somewhere. And so I'm looking for this intercom system, but for the life of me, I can't find it. And the security guard behind me is onto me now. Probably think this kid's lost it. Even worse, a third grader is fast approaching with his mom. And so I give the door a few more pulls for good measure. Doesn't work. And I'm about to break the news to his kid, like, look, buddy, I'm sorry, but your outdated door sucks. What he does is, this is what he does. He doesn't even look at me. He walks right past me, walks up to the door, and takes a deep breath, and he pushes it open. The point of that story is it shows just how smart Hastings kids are. But I walk in, and it just hits me all at once. I see the hallway that I used to walk every day in elementary school. And on that same wall, there are the same paintings of Clifford, of Winnie the Pooh, and of Curious George and a man with a yellow hat. I see the aquarium they still have. I see the now tiny hallway to the even tinier music room. And I see the tiny gymnasium that I could have sworn used to seem like an all-out battlefield back then. But the thing that hits me most of all is the smell. I hadn't smelled this school in 10 years. It smells like carpets, it smells like plumbing, but most of all, it smells like Hastings. And all the memories stored and forgotten for years just flood back in that instant. And that rush of nostalgia at once is just a very magical feeling, and it's very hard to describe. But I know without doubt, many of you tonight know what I mean. That feeling is in the air tonight and in the air outside. You know, the weather these days is my favorite, and it was my favorite back in third grade too. I think in it there's the remnants of a special type of warmth only a third grader could feel. The type of pure eagerness for whatever will come on a sunny day during recess, or of how excited we used to get for those field trips. There's a sweetness to it, like the warm and wistful embrace of things lost and never coming back. But I think there's something else in the air too. There's hope, hope for the future. And I don't think a third grader can understand this type of hope. It's the only type that can come after the years we've been through together, through all the anxieties and trials we've shared, through every tear shed and every laugh shared together. I think it's the type that truly keeps the world spinning. I want to give a speech tonight because it's the only opportunity I'm going to ever get to be able to stand before you all, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you truly for these 12 years together. I'm going to miss you all so much, and I wish you all only the very best. Thank you.
Sudden flicker, and you ask yourself how this moment came to be. A pat on the back, and you question where you found your guiding light. You hear the congratulatory roar of a present you knew would arrive, but you somehow left out the detail that this instant would involve you. All flesh, energy, wonder, and soul of you. Here now to reflect on who you were, who you are, who you strive to be. That flicker is you. That guiding light is us. This feeling pulsates with thrill. It's scary, it's bold, it's anticipation. It is happening. It's incongruous and abstract. It is the stuff of dreams. But then again, so are we. Tonight, we give into the beauty of being young and indulge in the happiest of celebrations. It's time. We sing to you with our humility and our humanity.
Life brings tears, smiles, and memories. The tears dry and the smiles fade, but the memories last forever. Today, I could have easily sang a solo for all of you in the audience.
We'll do it now.
And based on your reaction, I'm guessing you're glad I didn't. And I already did enough dancing for a lifetime through Mr. WHS. So I decided to give a speech. And I don't have any extreme circumstances, but I definitely have a story to tell and memories to share. Walking through the halls of WHS for the past 4 years has most certainly brought about change for me. I entered the school back in 2013 as a 5'7", 120-pound, squeaky-voiced, prepubescent freshman. And one of my first high school memories came freshman year when that awkward kid I just described was sitting in a rocking chair in the church basement during the 24-hour ASP Rockathon. And that kid accidentally Facebook messaged an animated sticker of a cat flailing at a ball of yarn to arguably the most popular, best-looking senior girl, Cara Bird. And at that moment, I finally knew what fear and embarrassment truly were. From then on, I've made 4 years of some pretty incredible memories thanks to this class, school, and town. I've given 3 memorable student council speeches, if you can remember all the way back to freshman year when I listed all my nicknames and roasted everybody, imitated Liam Neeson from Taken sophomore year, and last year singing to the tune of Adele's Hello. I've hurt my knee 3 times and come back to play sports after surgery. I picked up cross country my senior year. I was a part of the champion 2017 team on competition day, witnessed some epic WHS athletic playoff games, and captained the most successful basketball team here in a decade. But my most recent memory came during Mr. WHS, the annual event, where even though the judges might disagree, I think I was definitely crowned victor by the people. Even though other people don't seem to like my singing voice as much as I do, I know I can always turn to music lyrics in times of reflection or deep thought, like the pivotal part of our lives we are in right now. One song that is popular at the moment and goes quite nicely with the themes of reminiscing and nostalgia that we're all experiencing, and a song that I connect with, is Ed Sheeran's Castle on the Hill. Maybe I like this song because I see myself in the 6-year-old boy who breaks his leg as he falls down the hill, as it seems to emulate the time when I was 6 and broke my wrists falling down the hill at Fails. And also, as your 2017 WHS class klutz, I'm very familiar with the sweet perfume of the mountain grass as I faceplant down steep slopes. Additionally, the 15-year-old boy in the song who had my first kiss on a Friday night, I don't reckon I did it right, seems to accurately describe me. Shout out to Braden. Overall, the song is about looking back as an adult, nostalgically, on all the memories you made with your friends as you grew up. Just like the lyrics say, everyone here is going to go their separate ways, but we're all going to share the bond of Westboro. And most of us have grown up in this community for 18 years, so no matter how much you want to leave this place, you're going to have a part of your heart here in Westboro that's going to make you miss these people in this town. Finally, the lyrics sum this up best with, "But these people raised me, and I can't wait to go home." So 2017, I'm going to leave you with a few parting words. First, I want to give a shout out to my role model, Mr. Martin, and the B team. Second, and more importantly, in times like right now, where so much hate and violence goes on every single day in the world outside of our little West bubble, I challenge you all to do your small part to make this world a better place. And it's very simple. Just be kind. Have empathy towards others and accept them for who they are right where they are. Respect others' opinions while still forming your own. No matter race, age, gender, religion, sexuality, political party, this is not a political thing. There are forces we can all embrace, and that is the power of generosity, acceptance, and love. Because hate is not natural, it is taught and it is learned. Think about it. When is the last time you saw a baby and thought, damn, that baby hated me? I could see it in his eyes. No, of Because spite is not the way we're born, it's a product of fear and hatred being drilled into us. So block it out and leave this world in a better state of mind than before, and hopefully with kindness and acceptance, we can mend many bonds that were recently broken and strive towards a better future. And lastly, I leave you with what Ms. Apuzzo told our AP microclass on the last day of school this year. You've stolen a piece of my heart forever, so cherish it. 2017, that's exactly what you've done for me. So don't take a second off from life during these last few months in Westboro. Don't take anything for granted, because it can all change in the blink of an eye. Because when you grow old, the only thing you'll have to look back on are the memories you've made. So you might as well make every day memorable. Don't spend this summer wishing away the days until you get to college. Have fun in Westboro. Grasp onto every moment you have left here and live a little. Because make the most of every day, because one of the biggest problems with our society is that everybody dies, but not everybody truly lives. It comes down to a simple choice, really. You can get busy living, or you can get busy dying.
Oh, wow, that's hard.
Remember me. Thanks for the memories. JC out.
He said, let's get out of this town, drive out of the city, away from the crowds. I thought heaven can't help me now, nothing lasts forever. But this is gonna take me down. He's so tall, handsome as hell. He's so bad, but he does it so well. I can see the end as it begins. My one condition is, say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe. Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just in your wildest dreams. Wildest dreams. I said no one has to know what we do. His hands are in my hair, his words are in my room, and his voice is a familiar sound. Nothing lasts forever, but this is getting good now. He's so tall, handsome as hell. He's so bad, but he does it so well. And when we've had our very last kiss, and my last request is, say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe. Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just in your wildest dreams. Wildest dreams. You see me in hindsight, tangled up with you all night, burning it down. Someday when you leave me, I bet these memories follow you around. You see me in hindsight, tangled up with you all night, burning it down. Someday when you leave me, I bet these memories follow you around. Say you'll remember me, standing in a nice dress, staring at the sunset, babe. Red lips and rosy cheeks. Say you'll see me again, even if it's just pretend.
Hi everyone. I am Rhea Gephardt. I went to Mill Pond first for 3 years. Then I moved to Wyoming for 2011 to 2014, where I did junior high. I was a cowgirl for 3 years. and I started Special Olympics. Then I moved back to Westboro after my grandma died to take care of my grandpa, and I was a ranger again. I was happy to see my old classmates. And kickball buddies. I got to see Deidre sing again. Deidre, this is a surprise. Deidre and I got to meet Tom Brady. And play some football with him. I was captain of my own Relay for Life team and helped raise money for the Buddy Walk. Matt Bonchi taught me how to make 3-pointers in basketball. Thank you, Matt. He's right there. It was James Coffey. James, thanks to James Coffey for helping me with my soccer skills. High school was fun, but I'm glad it's over. This about being a cowgirl. But I'm happy to be graduating as a ranger. We have an amazing class. And I hope everyone has a great time wherever they choose in life. Thank you.
Nothing is as it has been, and I miss your face like hell. But I guess it's just as well that I miss your face like hell. rivers and roads, oh rivers and roads, oh rivers till I reach you.
During my first 3 years of high school, I frequently imagined what senior year would be like. It's supposed to be great, right? The first day, we run and scream throughout the halls, and before you know it, everyone starts getting accepted into college. Then you decide which school you're going to, and the rest is just one big slide to the finish line. For some students, maybe this was the case during their senior year. However, for me, life took an unexpected turn. Around the end of first semester, I had a lot of, for lack of a better term, crap come my direction at once. Not only to me, but my whole family. Every single morning, I struggled not only to come to school, but to even get out of bed. Hanging out with friends and family soon became something that invoked anxiety rather than a positive feeling, and I lost track of the picture-perfect image I painted in my head of what senior year would be. Not only did I lose track of that, I lost track of myself. Growing up in a town like Westboro, we're trained to believe we have to be the ideal, well-rounded student. We're held to an extremely high and occasionally hardly attainable standard, not only in an academic aspect, but all aspects of our lives. In all of my years in the Westboro public school system, I was one of the students who had a fairly hard time reaching these expectations. We're all put under an immense pressure to figure out our entire life map by the time we graduate. So unless by tomorrow I figure out my entire life map, I've failed to do so. And to be completely honest with all of you, I'm not too disappointed about it. You see, it's hard to find yourself when you're spending so much time trying to be someone else. Conforming to the academic and social pressures that high school instills is trying and doesn't allow much room for self-discovery. Don't get me wrong, we're all so lucky to have the incredible opportunity to graduate tomorrow from an amazing school system that Westboro has. I understand it sounds pretty cliche. However, whether or not you loved Westboro or hated it, Westboro is going to be with you in some way, shape, or form for the rest of your life. It's going to be a variable in the equation that makes you, you. I know I can't speak for everyone. However, it seems like not many of us have in fact actually self-actualized, or in other words, found ourselves. Take a moment to rewind all the way back to freshman year. If you can, remember who you were as a freshman and compare it to who you are now. I'm sure for many, if not all of you, you're a completely different person. And for most of us, that's pretty awesome. I know for me it is. But is the person you are now really you? The answer is most likely no, and that's okay. We're also focused on tomorrow being the end, but honestly, it's only the beginning. What's next for each and every one of us is unpredictable, even if we think we have it all planned out. But the thing I've learned to accept, and still even struggle with accepting, is to be okay with not knowing what's up next. Not only do I encourage you, the class of 2017, to learn to accept this as well, I hope that you all start your new beginning with an open mind. Tomorrow afternoon, we will be Westboro High School alumni. No matter what your plans are after tomorrow, I'm confident that every single member of the class of 2017 sitting in front of me has the power to do incredible things. We may not be the same people we were 4 years ago, and we won't be the same people 4 years from now. Embrace this idea, take chances, thrive off of new opportunities, and live in the moment. Good luck, guys.
I see trees that are green, red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see the skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll ever know. And I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, oh, now they're also on the faces of the people going by. Well, I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll ever know. And I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, oh, what a wonderful
Good evening, everyone. I'm here to talk to y'all about my sophomore year. It was the year I took chemistry with Dr. Shea. And at first, I was a bit intimidated by the class because of all the stereotypes that surround chemists. You know the ones I'm talking about, the crazy genius who's always putting the labs on fire, or Walter White from Breaking Bad. And I wasn't going to risk my life for furthering science. Like, I'm a coward. Like, maybe I'll do it for the AP test, but that's it. Point is, I had all these false preconceived notions about the class that made me fear it even before I stepped into the classroom. So first day eventually rolls by, and I enter a classroom, and I'm ready. I have my binder, color-coded dividers, pens corresponding to each. Like, I was top A, grade A nerd, you know, ready for her class. But she throws a curveball at me, and she starts a class with the experiment. Instead of, she doesn't go around the room asking about everybody's names. She doesn't give out the first day packets. She does an experiment. And I'm there like a little court clerk writing down every step she does. Like, step 4, she attaches the gas pipe to the can. Like, it wasn't necessary. I didn't know why I was doing it. And she asked me, why was I taking notes? And I just blankly stared at her for like a long time. And I was just like, say something, say anything. Like, you can't stare at her for more than 5 minutes. But I did. Because I didn't know why I was taking the notes. I mean, like, that's what students do. We take notes just in case it shows up in the exam. Because, like, that's all that matters for us at that sophomore year, the exam. And she didn't like the fact that I was taking notes because she knew that I would just memorize them later. I would not actually understand the concepts present in the experiment. Eventually, I ended up watching the experiment and discussing it with the entire class. Still, no notes. We watched the experiment unfold in front of our own eyes. We figured out the whys and hows ourselves. We didn't need to write it down. We didn't need to memorize it for later. It was already up here. Suddenly the subject, the labs, the thick textbook I could barely bench press wasn't as intimidating anymore. Dr. Shea, it is really unfortunate that the upcoming classes will not be able to have you as a teacher. I can only hope someone else can teach them about the art of learning. You taught me how to learn just for the sake of knowledge. You truly embody the saying, better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. So thank you for that.
I've heard that your life can change in a blink of an eye. And I'm leaving you because of it. Thank you.
Someone once said, every kid is one caring teacher away from a success story. 2017, we are awfully close to the launch. For a lot of us, it seems like we were just drawing our self-portraits or glazing our first coil pots. Many coil pots later, I stand here ready to reflect. I'm nowhere near a success story yet, but thanks to Miss RD, I feel like I'm on the right track, and I know that my peers in the 37 years worth of former students are too. Mrs. RD has been that caring teacher for me. Before I dive into the more sentimental side of things, I want to shed light on all of the work that Mrs. RD does. RD has been at the heart of the art department for years. For those of you who aren't familiar with this lovely teacher, she is very involved in the success of the student. It's all about the kids seemed to be her motto. When conversing with teachers, current and past students, everyone's experience tied in RD's loyalty to the students' work and well-being. What does this mean? For me, it was her constant push for me to be a better artist, making sure I had all the right tools, photographing my work, providing plenty of constructive criticism, necessary constructive criticism that has made me and peers like me the potter, if you will, that we all are. It is a lot of the behind-the-scenes work, and I mean hours and hours of behind-the-scenes works that RD put in order to boost her kids. Art class has been that sort of relaxing, unwinding place that I look forward to coming every day. Not only because I can let my creative juices flow away from my academic responsibilities, but because I was greeted every day by a passionate and enthusiastic teacher, and a talented one too. I looked forward to hearing about new glazes and different projects. Total art nerds, we could chat forever about art in any form, something I will cherish forever. After 37 years of unwavering loyalty, passion, and dedication, there is no doubt that there will be a hole in the art department. From her work in developing a graphic design and digital photography option for the kids to experiment and learn from, to her 3D and AP classes, RD's legacy will last for years and years to come. Mrs. RD is truly one of a kind, and I'm grateful to have been taught by such a skilled artist. The idea of Mrs. RD leaving is hard to think about, but RD can leave knowing what a great impact she has left on the school and these kids the past 37 years. Mrs. RD will be missed, but she has definitely earned the right to live it up and enjoy the next chapter of her life. It's hard to summarize what an impact Mrs. RD has had on my high school self, but as I launch into the real world and leave West Bubble, I can take with me a few lessons she has taught me and all of her other students. Take pride and passion in all that you do, big and small. Reaching out of your comfort zone is the only way to go when you want to achieve greatness. And lastly, treat everyone with kindness and support them. RD, thank you for your wisdom, thank you for your dedication, and thanks for being that caring teacher.
To me at the very end of the year, and in it she said that she was really thankful to live in a community that supported the arts like Westboro does. And I, as a teacher, have always felt that support, and I'm really appreciative of that as well for the parents and for the administration and for my fellow faculty. So thank you so much, and I will miss greatly not only the students, but all the teachers and the administration that I've had the pleasure to work with. So.
When I remember my years in high school and reflect on my experiences, there are so many people that I'll look back on with gratitude for their roles in shaping me into the person I am. None with a more profound effect on my maturity and athletic career than my coach, Colleen Debish, who we affectionately refer to as Debs. After 32 years of teaching, Debs has decided to retire. I have had the pleasure of knowing Coach Debs since all the way back when she refed my rec basketball games at Mill Pond. Little did I know then that she would be my coach for 8 seasons of sports and a huge part of my high school experience. Her passion, energy, and knowledge of the game created an environment which fostered improvement and allowed us to perform to our full potential. Throughout my time playing for Debs, I'll always remember all of her close relationships with refs in our high school games, when she would question their call by using their first names. Some it worked on, some it didn't. But everyone knew Debs. She always had stories about the coaches of other teams, and she had so much to offer from her experience of playing the same programs each year. Whatever the circumstances, when it came down to each game, she had every player's best interest in mind, and she did whatever it took to show this, even if it meant talking back to the refs. Through all the ups and downs in my field hockey and lacrosse seasons, Deb's energy was never flat. She picked us up whether it was the lull of a Monday afternoon or a 6:30 practice before prom. She gave us an extra push when we needed it by encouraging us and calling us her turkeys or pretending to be conductor as we shuffled down the fields in warm-ups. Practice was always something new. Her words of wisdom were always, "Not everyone can be the best player, but everyone can be the best teammate." It never mattered to Debs if you were the best player, because she recognized that team chemistry and support were more important. As a senior, I look back on field hockey and lacrosse as a freshman, and in no way have I become the most skilled or valuable player. However, I can look back with certainty that I was a part of the best team environment. I used to think back and consider how lucky I was to be part of such a successful program until I realized it wasn't luck at all. So much was due to Debs recognizing our potential and pushing us to the point where falling short of our hard work wasn't an option. She spent every day with each of us, improving our skill. We were all a part of the incredible experience of growth, both as players and people. I don't think I could put into words how gratifying an experience like this must have been for Debs, and for anyone wondering where passion stems from, it's the opportunity to make a difference in our lives. She was and is so much more than a coach to me. Debs would spend the gym period talking and revising plays for the big game with me. Believe it or not, our talks weren't just about sports. but ranged all the way from her new solar panels on her house to her famous grilled pizza, which she later prepared for us at a pizza party. And all of this demonstrated her passion for the game and her genuine concern for each player. She is someone I will always remember, not just as my coach, but as the person who helped me grow as an individual in all aspects. WHS is losing a special one, and Debs, I can't express how grateful I was to have you as my coach these last 4 years.
Wow, I need my sunglasses. First of all, I want to congratulate the class of 2017 for your special day and special career at Westboro High School. I think we're sort of graduating together. I sort of looked at it that way. With Campbell and Peyton up here, the big joke was when they were both freshmen, Campbell played on the freshman team and Peyton played on my varsity team. Well, the first game that Campbell played for the freshman team, she scored like 7 goals. So my buddy Sandy Robichard said, "Coach, you got the wrong twin. How did you do that?" I said, "Oh, I don't know, I'm not sure." But anyways, they've always... So as the years went through, Campbell became Peyton, and Peyton became Campbell many times in our practices. And we had a running tally going, and Campbell used to give me a hard time about it. But anyways, we've had a lot of fun. It's been quite a journey here, 32 wonderful years. The good news and the bad news is that I'm not going to be totally gone. I'm going to continue to do some coaching here because I love it. And I'm sitting next to my work husband tonight, Greg Rhoda. My work brother, depending on how he is. But anyways, my last word is, once a Ranger, always a Ranger. Go Rangers!
Would like to present Coach Devich with a watch on behalf of the Westboro High School Athletic Program. We hope this Ranger watch provides Coach Devich with a constant reminder of how appreciative we all are of her tireless and timeless dedication to Ranger athletics.
So wouldn't it be the case? Now I have 2 watches. I haven't even paid for my Apple Watch yet. So I always wanted to be ambidextrous, so I'll wear one on each wrist. Thank you so much.
This moment that memory that when time passes on, with shaking wish your life always cherished now. We were the kings and the queens, and they read up our names. The nights we danced like we knew our lives would never be the same.
your head like a hero on a history book page. It was the end of a decade, but the start of an age. But the start of an age. Long live the walls we crashed through. Long live the light shone, just me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. One day will be remembered.
I said, remember this feeling. I passed pictures around. All the years that we stood there on the sidelines, wishing for right now. We are the kings and the queens. We fall back for a crowd. When they gave us our trophies, and we held them up for our arms.
And then the cynics were outraged, screaming, this is absurd. 'Cause for a moment a band of geeks in ripped up jeans got to rule the world. Long live the walls we crashed through, long live kingdom light shine and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. I'm not afraid. Long live all the legends we took all the time of my life, fighting dragons with you. Screaming, long, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. One day will be remembered. Hold on to spinning around confetti falls to the ground. May these memories break our fall.
You take a moment, promise me that
I promise you
you'll just be by me forever. And force us into a goodbye. If you have children someday, when they point to the pictures, and please tell them my name.
tell them how the crowds went wild. Tell them how I hope they shine. Long live the walls we crashed through. I had the time of my life with you. Long, long live the walls we crashed through. Long live the light shine, just me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. I'm not afraid. Long live all the legends we took all the time of my life, fighting dragons with you. Screaming, long, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. One day we will be remembered.
Home. They say it's sweet. They say it's where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. Home is where you're safe. Home's the place where you belong. Who says home's a place? Who says home can't be a person, or a memory, or a feeling, or a dream? Home is a song you've heard so many times you can sing it in your sleep. A melody and a harmony and a drum beat that run on automatically in your mind without your having to think about it because you know. You know. Home is a certainty. It's a confidence, a sure-footedness you can never feel anywhere else. Home is knowing that no matter how hard you fall, someone will catch you. Unless you want to hit the pavement. Unless you're looking for a chance to skin your knees, to see how much they bleed and how much you can take, how long you can watch the ground turn red as your hands turn white, waiting to find out how strong you are. Home is where you go when you're too weak to stand on your own. Home is a place to curl up and cry and let yourself fly apart, a place to pull your soul back together. Home is a place to bring 1,000 tiny pieces of you, to gather up the shattered shards of a first attempt at life.
washed against the broken rocks of broken dreams, and begin the tedious work of gluing your soul back into one piece, taking up the ragged fragments that are all that remain of your shining castles in the air, of the grand plans of untested youth, taking those shimmering shards of a beautiful thing called naivete and rebuilding them into a new dream, a new shooting star to chase into the sunset and through 1,000 sunrises, even if you never catch it. You never realized that catching it was never the point. Home is where you go when you're tired of running. Home is a place to come back to when your sails need mending, a place to seek refuge from the adventures you thought you wanted and didn't know you needed to find home again. Because you can't have a home until you leave it, looking for something, anything, more. Home is what you run from when you first set out to chase the myth of more, whatever that is, wherever more can be found. You don't know what or where or why it is, but you know you'll know. Once you find more, you will know what more is, because you think you know what it'll feel like, having more, being more than you ever had or were at home. More is everything you ever wanted or imagined. It is the consummation of every half-remembered dream you ever woke up reaching for. It is the answer to that mysterious chord that thrums unsatisfied in your soul every time it sounds in your ears, and the source of that smell that flies on spring breezes, through yellow trees and pink flowers and everything you ever called home. It is the echo of the crackle of fallen autumn leaves that pile up against the curb you used to rush your bike down as fast as it would go, because if you went fast enough, you'd get somewhere, someday, in the days when all that mattered was that you were going somewhere else, where you could find something more. It is everything that has ever called you away, tied up in everything that will someday call you back, because you can never truly have a home until you leave it. You can never truly be at home until you come back to it. Home isn't more. It doesn't float on spring breezes or scutter across hollow sidewalks or drift in the mists of your unconscious mind. It doesn't set your soul on edge or call you to seek something you may never find. Home doesn't reverberate in the echo chamber of a hollow soul like a half-finished melody you can't quite recall or burn behind a pair of innocent eyes. No one dances outside in a thunderstorm to scream to the roaring chaos of home. Home doesn't frisson down your spine or snap with latent electricity until your fingers crackle. It doesn't make your heart beat faster and your entire body burn with a reckless desire to run headlong into everything you were ever told to fear and fling yourself off every cliff you were ever warned away from, since you were old enough to run away from home and remember where you lived. Home isn't more. It never was. It never will be. It doesn't need to be. Home is enough. Thank you.
May
As this wonderful night draws to a close, we would like to extend our gratitude to the many people who have allowed us, as the class of 2017, to flourish. I'm Ben Hopkinson, the Vice President of the class.
I'm Emily Desmond, the Treasurer.
And I'm Tom Jacob, the Secretary. Thank you. First and foremost, we would like to give a huge shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Christopher Martin, also known as C-Money. Firstly, we would like to thank C-Money for architecting this entire baccalaureate ceremony. Wow. Furthermore, we would like to extend our deepest appreciation for our administration here at Westboro High School. Mr. Callahan, Ms. Barrett, and Mr. LaFave, thank you all for your support throughout these 4 years. We couldn't have accomplished all that we have without your continual guidance.
We would also like to thank the many class members who have volunteered their talents to make this evening such a success. Without their hard work, dedication, and grit, this event would not have been nearly as touching and sentimental. We clearly have a very talented class, which is especially evident in David's bottle flipping performance and Mr. WHS.
Our class office would also like to thank our advisors, Mr. Brown, Mr. McIntyre, Mrs. Achenbach, and Ms. Brown for their advice and assistance throughout these past 4 years. Even though you had to read Connor's 100-page long epic emails, you were always helpful and allowed our class office to thrive.
To our teachers throughout our 4 years here, thank you all very much for pushing us to always do our best. Westboro prides itself on its public education, and over the past 4 years, we've truly had a front row seat at what makes our school great. The subject matter we've learned spans from calculus and bio to history and foreign language. But most importantly, we've learned more life lessons from our amazing teachers who we continue to look up to.
We would now like to take a moment for everyone to truly thank their friends and classmates. Please turn to the people around you and share your gratitude with them for being part of your high school experience. We have shared tears and laughs, and throughout it all, we have grown closer together.
Finally, where would any of us be without our families? To our parents, our siblings, and our extended family, you have watched us grow up, and you have given us guidance when we needed it most. You have provided us with a wonderful community to really come into our own. And tomorrow, as we accept our diplomas, we may begin a new stage of our lives, but we will never forget to stop appreciating the loving town we came from, and more importantly, the loving people we came from.
After this ceremony, I encourage each and every member of the class to thank their parents or guardians and anyone else they consider part of their family. I know that words cannot express the gratitude that I have for my mom, dad, and sister, as well as my friends and the class as a whole, who I really consider as one big family. As we conclude our time in high school and naturally begin to look at the great expanse beyond, the class office would like to wish all of the graduating seniors the best in any future endeavors. You all deserve to find success, happiness, and love in whatever you do. And as we all go off and do good things and great things, remember to continue sharing your gratitude with your teachers, friends, family, and anyone else that helped you to achieve your dreams. Thank you.
My name is Emma Grossman.
I'm Laura Skinner.
And I'm Keelan Corcoran, and over the past few months, we created the video you're about to see. We'd like to thank Mrs. Stoker, our fellow interns, Ranger Tech Squad, and everyone who sent in pictures. You truly made this video possible.
We also went a little overboard with making the video, so we have an extended 22-minute version that we're going to post on YouTube and send it out on the Labio Twitter and post on Facebook for everyone.
Lastly, I'd like to give a shout out to the class of 2017. Growing up with you guys has been amazing, and looking through all of the pictures while making this video really made it hit home just how lucky we were to have spent the past 13 years with each other. From the first day of kindergarten to graduation tomorrow, it's been one hell of a ride. So here's to you, 2017. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
You set me free. Every time your hands on me, I wanna be a ray to shine. I can't deny the feeling. You lit the spark that set a fire. Don't run away from your love. Don't turn away from the heart of the groove, from the way that we move. Kill the lights we can't lose. Let's live my life. Tomorrow doesn't always come. Don't try to hide. Let's have some fun. You can't rely on anything or anyone. Fight for love you haven't done. Don't run away from your love. Don't turn away from the heart of the groove, from the way that we move. Kill the lights we can't lose. Your little hand wrapped up on my finger, and it's so quiet in the world tonight. Your little eyelids flutter 'cause you're dreaming, so I'll tuck you in, turn on your favorite light. To you, everything's funny. You got nothing to regret. I'd give all I have, honey. You could stay like that. Don't you ever go, don't you ever go. Just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever go, don't you ever go. You can stay this simple. Won't let nobody hurt you. Won't let no one break your heart. No one will desert you. Just try to never grow up. You're in the car on the way to the movies, and you're mortified your mom's dropping you off. At 14, there's just so much you can't do, and you can't wait to move out to make shots. But don't make her drop you off around the block. Remember that she's getting older too. And don't lose the way that you dance around in your PJs, getting ready for school. Oh, darling, don't you ever go, don't you ever grow up. Just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up, don't you ever grow up. It could stay this simple. No one's ever burned you, nothing's ever left you scarred. Even when you want to, this child will never grow up. Take pictures in your mind of your childhood. Memorize what it sounded like when your dad gets home. Remember the footsteps, remember the words said, little brother's favorite songs. I just realized everything I had was someday gonna be gone. So here I am in my new apartment in a big city. They just dropped me off. It's so much colder than I thought it would be, so I took myself in.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. My brother and his friends tasted the sweet perfume of mountain grass. I was younger then. Take me back to when I friends and lost through the years. And I've not seen the boring fields in so long, I know. Smoking and rolled cigarettes, running from the law through the backfields and my first kiss on a Friday night. I don't reckon I did it right. I was younger, so we found weekend jobs, we got paid by the cheap spirits and drink.
Congratulations, class of 2017. I hope and wish for the best for you next year. My only kind of piece of advice goes back to John Lennon quote, paraphrase something like this. In your effort to make a living, don't forget to make a life for yourself. So take that time, go out, travel, especially while you're young, get out there and have some fun, make some great new friends, enjoy every experience. If you need help, we're always back here. Good luck.
Congrats, class of 2017. Changes next year with all of you, but, oh my God, with a lot of grit, you guys will all persevere. Give them hell and have fun.
Well, first of all, congratulations to the class of 2017. We've truly enjoyed you. We hope we've had a positive impact on all of your lives the short time you've been here. My advice going forward is always listen to the bells and take advantage of everything you've been given. I'd say that you guys have been the recipients of tremendous good fortune. I think you owe. Go out there and do good things and make us proud.
Advice for graduating seniors. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something, because you can. Prove them wrong and do it. And travel often.
All right. To all you seniors, I wish you the best. It's been a privilege and a lot of fun over the years, and it's been great to see you mature, and I wish you great luck in college or whatever you do after high school. Thanks.
Class of 2017, I want to wish you the best of luck, and I want to leave you with a quote that I really like to give graduates. We always knew we'd look back and laugh at the times we cried, but we never knew we'd look back and cry at the times we laughed. Enjoy all of your memories from WHS, and good luck in making many more with your future endeavors. Thank you.
So, class of 2017, congratulations. Side note, I remember when I had you, some of you, as freshmen, and I looked at your year of graduation, I thought, oh my God, when they graduate, it's the year that I'm turning 40. Don't tell anybody. I am beyond excited for you. I know that right now you probably have a lot of mixed emotions, but I think that the couple pieces of advice I would give you are as follows. Stay true to who you are. Don't be afraid to try new things. You are just discovering who you are as a person, and trust your instincts there. Don't be afraid to explore the world. Don't be afraid to try new things. You're getting out of the bubble. The bubble's great to all of us, but I'm so excited for you to be having those new adventures. And those should include international adventures. We are global citizens at heart. I want you to get out there and experience things. Keep true. Don't forget us. Don't forget to laugh every day and find something positive in every experience, because even though you feel like that might not be possible, it really can be. So I wish you the best of luck. I cannot wait to see you all change and grow and become these beautiful adults that are going to change our world. So go get them. Congratulations.